Throughout history, the people of Valisthea have gazed upon the Mother Crystals with awe. To many, they are divine blessings. To others, they are instruments of war and suffering. But the truth, hidden in tomes, whispered in legends, and etched into the land itself, is far darker than anyone imagined. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we will be entering the world of Valisthea and taking a look at the giant crystals that dot the landscape. These crystals double as a landmark and a source of energy to the world. For those who are familiar with the Final Fantasy franchise, we know that crystals have always been implemented in the entries in some form. They can be largely represented as centerpieces of the world's history or merely exist as small details that can be found throughout the world. Final Fantasy XVI is an example of the former. The 5 great Mother Crystals, Drake's Head, Drake's Tail, Drake's Fang, Drake's Breath, and Drake's Spine, among others that existed in Valisthea's past, are colossal monoliths of crystals and light. Each is a font of ether, the energy that sustains magic, and by extension, civilization itself. Without further ado, let's jump right into the lore behind the Mother Crystals. Ether is the lifeblood of our world. Without it, neither crops nor hearts would grow. Magic flows from the Mother Crystals, yet its abundance blinds us to the cost of dependence. The Mother Crystals are not just sources of magic, they are the reason bearers exist. Before the Great Icon Wars, humans were attuned to ether naturally. The concentration of ether in the crystals led to mutations in certain bloodlines, giving rise to bearers capable of channeling icon power. Nations stake their identity and survival on these Mother Crystals. Wars are fought not just over land, but over proximity to a crystal's ether. Each nation's overall society, including culture, religion, and military structure, revolve around its crystal. In Sanbreque, Drake's Head fuels the Empire's holy magic and Oriflamme's riches. Citizens believe their rulers are divinely appointed. In the Dalmatian Republic, Drake's Fang provides energy for commerce, forging industrial might in an arid desert. The Iron Kingdom's Drake's Breath shapes faith itself. Its people see crystal guardians as divine protectors. In Waloed, Drake's Spine governs wild territories and it's central to rites of initiation and coming-of-age ceremonies. And in the Crystalline Dominion, Drake's Tail symbolizes neutrality, a trade hub where the nations intersect. Maps in the Hideaway hint at hidden crystal outcrops, smaller crystalline veins used to train new bearers. These minor sites are often overlooked, and they create local legends and festivals dedicated to the child crystals. Magic from the crystals sustain life, but dependence carries a price. The blight spreading silently is the byproduct of crystal overuse. Entire regions have been abandoned, their inhabitants were forced to migrate, trade routes shift with blight patterns, giving rise to refugee caravans and new settlement far from the main crystals. Some non-playable characters in the Dalmatian Republic comment that families often name children after the nearest crystal in hopes of divine protection. A child named Fang or Tail is said to carry good fortune, though these customs fade as the blight encroaches. We thought them gifts from the gods, but gods they were not. They don't sustain us, they chain us. Every spell cast is another shackle on the world. As Clive journeys, he learns the ultimate secret. The Mother Crystals were not natural. They are siphons created by Ultima, designed to extract Valisthea's ether and feed his transcendence. Though the Mother Crystals flow the lifeblood of this star, yours to borrow, mine to reclaim. Developer interviews hint that each crystal's positions, head, spine, tail, fang, breath, corresponds not just to a dragon motif, but to stages in ether extraction. The tail siphons residual ether, the head harvests primal ether, and the spine channels it to the icons. This creates a layered dependency that traps humans in cycle of magic use and blight exposure. Each Mother Crystal is linked to an icon and its dominant. The icons are bound to crystals like living conduits. battles against them are acts of liberation as much as displays of power. Bearers inherit affinity to specific crystals based on bloodlines and proximity. For example, dominants near Drake's spine often develop defensive or earth-based powers, while those near Drake's head display fire-aligned abilities. These patterns are subtle, recorded in ancient hideaway manuscripts and hinted at in dialogue from characters like Sid. Yoshida likened the Mothercrystals to nuclear reactors, while Meihiro described them as both gifts and cages. We wanted players to feel that magic is a double-edged sword. What sustains life also consumes it. Destroying a crystal is not only a story moment, it is an ethical choice. Freedom at the cost of dependency, risk at the cost of safety. Meihiro also hinted in a panel that some NPCs survive the blight by drawing ether from abandoned minor crystals. These pockets of resistance create subtle lore threads, showing how life adapts even under crystal dominance. After the death of Sid, Clive sets out on a mission. After discovering the roles of the Mother Crystals in the Blight, Clive resolves to destroy all the other Mother Crystals. One by one, the Mother Crystals fall. Drake's head shatters, shaking the Empire. Drake's fang crumbles, destabilizing the Republic. Drake's spine fractures, exposing hidden ley lines and minor crystals previously hidden from humans. The land itself begins to breathe once more. But little did they know this was merely part of Ultima's blueprint for his grand plan of reviving his species. Maps and lore in the hideaway indicate that the destruction of a mother crystal sometimes awaken dormant icons slumbering in minor crystals nearby. This creates unplanned chaos and migration, adding realism to the world's ecosystem. First the head, then the fang. Gods help us, what light remains? The mother crystals are monuments to dependency, faith, and control. To the people, they were gods. To the nations, they were weapons. To Ultima, they were machines. Their fall is not only the collapse of power, it is liberation. Valisthea, scarred but alive, may finally begin to recover, and humanity, though unshackled, must now learn to survive without the light it once took for granted. And so the Mother Crystals fall, not as gifts but as prisons torn down. Their shards litter Valisthea, reminder of what was lost and of what was finally reclaimed. And that is a deep dive into the lore and origins behind the Mother Crystals. When I first played Final Fantasy XVI, I was very much in awe of these landmarks, but the more I progressed into the story, I really got to discover their significance in not just world society, but also the world's history, as they are more than just mere storages of magical energy. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Final Fantasy XVI content, and leave a comment down below on your thoughts on other topics you'd like to see. Other than that, this is Enzo signing out, and I will see you all soon.